Oh, you guys, I got a little brave today and tried some eyeshadows I've never tried. And I did one eye before I came on because I wasn't sure what it would look like. And actually, I'm not even sure that I want to reveal it, but I worked so hard on it that it makes me want to show you. But you guys, it's pretty crazy. It's a little wild of a look for me. I don't normally wear these colors. As a matter of fact, I bought it like months ago and I've never even tried it. But today I was like, you know what? You need to get out of your comfort zone and you need to try this color. So, you guys, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. And I have on no foundation yet because I wanted to try doing my eyes first. So it looks even crazier because my face isn't all done up. It's just the one eye. So like I said, it's way out of my comfort zone. Gave it a shot. It feels very 80s to me, which is really cracking me up. But they're colors that like are currently everywhere. So are you ready? All right, here we go. I'm gonna show you. Whoa! But my camera's gonna fall first. That's hilarious. It was just like, it was protesting. That should be my sign. Okay, here we go. Oh, when you get on here, I'm sorry, say hi to me. And if you want to share it, I'm going to be doing a live drawing in my VIP group this afternoon, and you want in it. So share away, okay? All right, here we go. The big reveal. It's electric blue, you guys. Electric blue. Not like a little bit blue, but electric blue. What do you think? Okay, here it is. This is the colors I used, and I'm going to use it again on the other side so you guys can all see. I'm sorry, I don't know why my camera's falling. Okay, here we go. It is this palette. Like, isn't that wild? Yeah, okay. Let's try it. Let's do it. I'm real frustrated here at this thing. Why does it keep falling? Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's try it. I'm going to show you what I did. It's going to be really fun, you'll see. But I'm going to fix my camera first because it keeps falling. I'm annoyed. Stay. It just won't. Of course, today's the day it's going to give me a hard time. Of course. Let's see. There we go. We're good. All right, here we go. So, first thing we did, I know, it does look fancy, right? Isn't it crazy? I was like, I don't know. But I went ahead and did it because, you know, sometimes it's fun to do something different. And I always tell you guys, like, the big side of, a nice side of this business that you don't think of is the creativity you get to have, okay? All right, so I use this fancy iPad so that I wouldn't get any, so I'd get a nice clean line there at the edge. You can use these also like if you've done your makeup already so you don't get any fallout. They're really cool. It brightens your eyes. Yeah, kind of, I agree. It's kind of fun. And I have hazel eyes, which normally like purples and browns look really good with, but I think it works. I think it works. I could rock the 80s look. Remember back in the day when blue was like, does anybody else remember blue mascara? Yeah, that stuff was fun. Okay, so the first thing I did, I'm sure you saw, was put on some eyelid primer because you're gonna wanna make sure, thank you, Gina. I know, aren't they cute? I should do a shimmery pink look, match my nails. My nail lady's amazing. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is put on the primer because especially with a bold color, you're gonna wanna make sure that you've got a nice clean palette to start with, okay? And so I put the primer on and I'm gonna let it dry for a couple minutes. So I'll do my eyebrows real quick. Well, I already did one. I'm just gonna do the eyebrow. And then I'll show you guys how I did this look. It was actually pretty easy. I was kind of surprised. I thought it would be more difficult. I thought that it would be like, take more time for the blending and stuff, but I actually think it was easier than like doing a smoky eye. Really, like I was surprised. Okay, so all I did was first things first, I took the super, oh, let me get my mascaras warming up. You guys know by now that I put them in my shirt. So they're against my skin and they get nice and warm. Works better. First thing I'm gonna do is take my skin colored powder and do my whole lid. And I do this because I found my powder sets better this way. And this is especially good for people with oily eyelids. Yes, that's a thing. It is a thing, it really is. Okay, so I always start with a flesh colored powder. You don't have to. That's one of those things that's like a choice. And then I'm gonna start with the lightest blue, but you know what the cool thing about this color is? You can put it with greens too. If you put it with green, it looks like seafoam green. If you put it with blue, it takes on a blue shade. So the point of this color, this is gonna be our transition color. And you wanna put it on, you can actually use the big fluffy brush. You wanna put it on because you want a nice soft edge, right? You want your makeup to transition. And so that's what stops you from looking like you have a black eye. All right? So just soften that edge, and your transition color is going to be the lightest. All right? And we're going to use 3 colors here so we can really get, because it's so bold, I don't want it to look crazy. So I'm going to take the next size brush down, and I'm going to use that next blue shade. It is a thing. Yes, it is. Hey, Seth. Thank you. All right, so take your lighter blue, and you don't want to go up as high as I just did on that other color, so just a little bit below. That's what's going to give you your gradient look, okay? And I'm avoiding the eyelid because I'm going to put a light color on it. And so just below where we did the other one, okay? And then you can go back to this big fluffy brush and blend it out a little bit. Make sure that edge is nice and soft. It's key. Absolute key. Blending is everything. All right. All right, now for the big color, the big crazy blue. I love this color. Can you believe that they came out with such a bright blue color? I was like, what? That's gonna be fun. And then I ordered it and I never used it. So here we are. Today I was like, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna be brave. I always tell people to be brave, and here I was being a weenie about it. So I'm just doing the outside corner. I'm making kind of a U or a horseshoe shape like that, but I'm not going all the way over with it, okay? Okay, then I'm gonna go back to our blending brush. I'm gonna blend it out a little bit. Soften that edge again. So you guys, I watch YouTube videos of makeup application, right? And I was just watching some on mature skin and how to apply different kinds of makeup to it. I have to tell you, it was very funny because I always say this, and after watching all of those videos, it now is even more cemented for me. I always tell people, like, just do whatever makes you feel beautiful, right? Especially we mature skinned ladies. Like, do whatever makes you feel beautiful. And so I was watching different videos to try to figure some things out, and I realized I put the wrong mascara in there, that they all had different techniques. All of them. Every single one of the experts had a different way to do it and different rules, and they were usually exactly the opposite. Like, none of them matched. So I thought that was kind of ironic, and so I was like, what are the real rules? I don't know. I guess the real rules are whatever makes you feel beautiful, like I've been saying all along. And whatever works for you, right? Okay, so I'm gonna use actually that light blue color again, which is kind of breaking the rules, but what I'm doing, and the reason this is gonna work, is I got it wet. And when you get it wet, it's like a different color. It's gonna be bolder, and so you're not gonna be able to tell that it's the same one. And I'm gonna pat it on to the lid itself. Okay? Now, if you really want to get crazy, you could put concealer on before you do this. And it would be like extreme. You'd put the concealer on and make like a clean spot to start with your eyeshadow. It would be very extreme. It's cool looking too, but that's not what we're doing today. So we're just putting this right on the lid itself. And I kind of pat, because that makes the color thicker and stay on better, and that's what I'm going for here, okay? All right. My pad's falling off. That's all right. We're done. We're done. All we have to do is add some shimmer to the lid. So I like to do a shimmer brow. I'm sure you all know that because I do it every dang time. Like, I don't think I've ever done a look. Well, that's not true. It's rare I do a look where I don't do a shimmery brow because I like the way it looks. So shimmery brow. This side clearly needs a little more shimmer to match. And then a little shimmer in the corner of the eye, right? You know why we do a little shimmer in the corner of the eye? It opens the eyes up. It makes them look bigger and fresher. And when we have more mature skin, that's something we want, right? Because, you know, you gotta give yourself that lift. All right, and then I like to tight line, so we got that on now. Last step. Last step is you're gonna go back with that super bold blue and your crease brush, which is this little tiny guy, and you're gonna run it underneath your lid. Or your eye, I mean. That's it. Isn't that fun? I couldn't believe like it turned out as good as it did. Like I was a little surprised. That being said, it truly does remind me of the 80s, like big time. I can't believe we all rocked the bright blue shadows back then. But some of you weren't around then. So those of you that were know that we were rocking the bright blues, the greens, we had yellow, we had purple. Actually, I've seen those new, some of those crazy new palettes have some of those colors in them again. Okay, and then I like to do, oh, that's not what I need. I like to do my waterproof mascara, and then I like to put my 3D fibers on. And you guys, if you want crazy good length, go like this and pull up instead of doing it sideways, and you'll get even longer lashes, okay? And with a bold eye look like this, you need like substantial lashes or else it's gonna look real weird, okay? So pull up like that and then just finish with the gel that comes with the 3D fibers. So you can get these as like a set, and that's what I do. Because I love our fibers. I know there's people that don't, and that's okay. You can just wear Epic. I like to wear Epic with fibers. It's a thing, and I think it works really good. Okay? And then if you want even more, you'd finish with another coat of the Epic. And these are buildable, and you're not going to get like a weird thick finish. And also, the cool thing about our mascaras is they don't ever get like brittle, so they won't, you can add to them and they won't flake off on underneath the other ones. That makes sense? I've tried to do this with other mascaras and it doesn't work, so don't do it. Okay, that's it. That is our bold blue look. So fun. I was like super excited to try it, kicking it for a Saturday, and I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get crazy today. But let's finish the face, shall we? Starting with the most important thing, primer. So I already did my skincare routine because I'm gonna show you guys how to hide your under eye circles today. And I wanna tell you that if you aren't using proper skincare and you try to hide your under eye circles, it's not gonna work. Okay, so you need to make sure that you've got plenty of moisture under there. I use an eye oil as well as my skin routine, which is our serum and moisturizer. Okay, important stuff. And then drink your dang water. Okay, quit telling me you don't like water. I used to not like water. Get over it. Drink your water. It's good for your skin. It's worth it because we don't want to be like prematurely aging because we didn't drink water, right? Like that'd be a bummer. That would be just a bummer. So let's start with our foundation, okay? And I noticed my color was a little off the other day because that's what happens throughout the seasons. my skin color changes a lot because I am like super sensitive to sun as far as tanning. And so I was putting this color on, I noticed it's a little off. So we'll try to get a little bit out of this one that I think will be the right color, but we'll see. We'll see. So I'm just gonna drop it right on so I can see how much we have. Yeah, I'm not sure there's enough in this bottle for me to use, but we'll give it a try. And since we're at the bottom, it's also a little bit watery. Let's give it a shake and see if we can save it. I have one on order, of course, because you guys, this bundle's on sale this month, so I ordered all the things. There we go, that's better. This bundle is on sale for 99 bucks this month, the Flawless 4. It's like getting the foundation for free. And if you've used our foundation, you know how awesome it is. It's like liquid gold, you guys. Liquid gold. So I like to apply it with either my foundation brush, or sometimes I'll use my blending bud. Whichever you want. If you're using your foundation brush, you saw how I was doing it. If you're using your blending bud, you're going to get it a little bit wet. You can use setting spray, you can use rose water, whatever you want, and just pat it into your skin, okay? You can apply the product like I did onto my skin, or you can drop it right onto your blending bud like this. Oh man, we're turning it sideways. I tracked my package. It's supposed to be here tomorrow, so we should be good to go. You'd think I wouldn't let myself run out. You would think that I would be on top of it with that, since this is what I do, but somehow I let myself run out. Hi, Joe. I hear your little clickety-clicketies. Hi, Joe. Did you want to say hi to everybody? Come here. Come here. You want to say hi? Come on. Come on. Come on. Joe says hi. He's so nosy. He always comes in to see what I'm doing. You guys, when I open a package, this silly dog, if I do it on the floor, comes to see what's in the box. Like, he'll stick his head in there before I can even look. It's hilarious. He's a hoot. Okay, so you get the foundation and the primer in the Kudo this month, and then you also get this. This is our setting powder. All right, I'm going to show you how to use it, and this is where this under eye conceal is coming in. Are you guys ready? This is the fun part. You have to be really careful when you're doing this, especially if you have mature skin, because it can settle into your fine lines and cracks. So if you're going to do this, like I said, please make sure you're nice and hydrated. Make sure that you have treated your under eye skin well with some oil or a serum of some sort, okay? Because if you're young, you don't have to worry about any of that. But we older ladies, the fine lines, this technique, it'll soak right into them, and you'll end up looking worse. Yeah, it'll make you look older, so be super careful, okay? All right, so put your concealer on, and I like to use a couple shades lighter than your natural foundation shade. Don't just swipe it under your eyes. You're gonna make it go out. And then down a little bit. So kind of make a V. And the reason I draw it all the way out to my hairline is because it's kind of gonna act like a highlighter. All right? All right, and do both sides. Oh my gosh, the old dog's whining. Rowdy, what's wrong? Blake went upstairs. He can't quite make it up anymore, so now he's all standing at the bottom crying. It's ridiculous, poor old guy. Okay, so now here's the tricky part. Take this setting powder, get it all on your blending bud, okay? And then pat it on. Please, if you're doing this, make sure, like I said, you're totally hydrated, or you're gonna be really disappointed because you're gonna have some crazy fine lines. And it's not gonna work for you. So just pat it on. It's called baking, guys. Isn't that funny? Now the cool thing about our setting powder is it's got this screen on the top. So you just press and you get all the product you need. Mine's getting a little low, so it's getting a little dry, a little more difficult. But you just take your blending bud and just press it in there and it'll stick right on. Okay, now what you do is you leave it alone. Just leave it alone, just like walk away, whatever you need to do. Spend 5 to 10 minutes letting that just sit, okay? So while that's sitting, we will do some other things. Lips, we'll do lips. I don't always wear a lip liner, just so you know. Drives people crazy. I love this color. It's a total neutral. Done a bold eye, I want to do a neutral lip, okay? This one's called Affluent. All right, so we've got that baking. We're gonna let it sit. What you get in the kit or in the $99 bundle this month is concealer, foundation, primer, and you can either get the setting spray, which I used to wet the blending bud, or you can get the setting powder. There's a choice, okay? So you have to decide what you want to do with it. I know, decisions. I mean, you could always add on one if you really wanted it. But, okay, in the meantime, let's do a little bronzing because that won't affect where we're at. We can totally do that. And then we can't do blush till after we take this look off, and we can't do our highlighter till after we take this look off. But we can bronze. I like to use my bronzer like a little bit like you would use a contour, or yeah, to do a contour. So I start on my forehead and I bring it down and I do what they call the 3 and the E. So I'm gonna bring it into the hollows of my cheeks, okay? You're gonna find those, if you're not familiar, if this is the first time you're doing it, just suck in and you'll see where it is, okay? But don't go too low because that'll bring your face forward. We don't wanna do that. Another thing for mature skinned ladies, don't do that. Just do your 3 and your E, and then I take it and I take the little, this brush is called powder concealer brush, and I put it on either side of my nose, slenderize that a little bit. And if you add it across the bridge of your nose, then it kind of gives you that button. Okay? Blend that out a little bit. Okay, so then just go back and blend out so you can't see the lines, and then you're done. It's that easy. I love bronzer. I didn't think I was a bronzer person, and then this came out. And I was like, okay, I was wrong. I'm a bronzer person. Okay, so let's get this baking powder off. I'm gonna use the same brush I just used, so I'm gonna wash it real quick because I don't want to transfer the bronzer under my eyes. That won't look good. We don't want dark under the eyes. We're trying to hide the dark under the eyes. So this is brush cleaner. You just spray it on and then wipe it right onto a towel. I guess I should tell you that. It's the greatest stuff ever. I love it. And then you can just use the brush right away. You don't have to wait for it to dry, okay? So just take your brush and brush away the powder, okay? Because you now have excess, right? You packed it on there, so you have excess powder. So this is gonna set it in place. If you're doing like a highlight and contour, you could do this on all the spots you put your light color. Really works well. Look at that. See how well it makes the under eye circles disappear? It's amazing. I should have just done one side for comparison. Like really, it works so good. I love it. But you have to be really careful that you don't end up looking with the fine lines. So make sure you've got your skin prepared before you do it. Okay? All right, and so a little highlighter. Little blush. What color do I have sitting here? Sisterly. What else do I have? Seductive. Let's use that one. Seductive is like this nice, I don't know, I call it maroon. Put that on. Make sure you blend it out really good, especially if you're doing a dark color. You know, you don't want to have like the line. I was just speaking of 80s makeup. Okay, does anybody else remember doing this? Taking your fingers and putting them like this and then just putting the blush. That was an 80s thing. We used to do that. But that angled blush look was in, like to do it all like super at a line. Okay, you guys, that's it. Now to get it to stay so that I don't lose this fun 80s look I got going on, I'm gonna take our setting spray and I'm just gonna give it a spray and it won't budge. I'm good for hours and hours and hours. I do not touch up my makeup. People come to me at like work or events and be like, oh, I'm sure you have makeup in your purse I can borrow. I'm like, nope, I don't carry it. I have some lipstick if you need it, but that's all I carry. I don't carry anything else. There's no need to touch up. It lasts. All right, I'm gonna pop off here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, if you share my video, I'm gonna add you into the drawing, which I'll be doing tonight on my VIP page. So if you're not on my VIP page, also comment so I can get you added in there and you can be a part of the drawing. Okay? All right. Catch you later.